This message reached you for a reason. It's not coincidence, not luck, not an algorithm. It's alignment. Because lately you've been asking why everything went quiet, why the answers stopped coming, why prayers started feeling like echoes in an empty room. You've been wondering if God walked away, if your faith wasn't enough, if the silence means you've been forgotten. But what if the silence isn't absence? What if it's the sound of everything rearranging in your favor? When God goes silent, he's not gone, he's at work. Every time the noise fades, creation begins again. The universe builds in stillness, not chaos. The divine answers not in words, but in timing. You keep searching for signs, asking for confirmation, waiting for something to happen. Yet the quiet remains. That quiet is your classroom. When the teacher stops speaking, it's not because he left. It's because the test has begun. This silence is your final examination of trust. The divine hides to see if faith can stand without proof. There's a reason every door seems locked, every plan frozen, every answer delayed. The ground beneath your feet is shifting, not to destroy you, but to prepare space for what's next. Sometimes the blessing is too heavy for the old structure to hold, so the structure must be broken quietly. Nothing is being withheld. It's being perfected. Look deeper. There are patterns everywhere. That song that played at the right moment, the stranger who said something you needed to hear, the number that keeps repeating on clocks and signs, the sudden urge to rest, withdraw, and rebuild. These are not random coincidences. They are messages hidden in motion, whispers reminding you that the divine is speaking through everything around you. The silence is a sign. You've been asked to trust when there is nothing to hold on to, because that kind of trust opens doors logic can't. The delay is a filter, removing everything that would dilute what's coming. The people who left were not abandoning you. They were being moved so your alignment could be pure. The path ahead requires clarity, not crowd. That's why it's quiet. That's why you feel alone. The silence is isolation for elevation. When the divine speaks in silence, it says, "Be still. Don't force what isn't ready. Don't chase what I've removed." There is power in not knowing. There is strength in not hearing. There is growth in waiting. Every time you resist the urge to panic, the foundation strengthens. Every time you choose peace instead of fear, the universe reorders around your trust. The quiet is not rejection, it's redirection. You are being taught how to stand without noise, how to believe without proof, how to hear guidance in the spaces between sound. The silence is not empty. It's full of instructions the mind can't hear, but the soul understands. You might not see it yet, but everything is moving. Pieces are aligning, paths are merging. The divine builds quietly like a seed under soil. You won't hear the growth, but you'll feel it when it breaks through. When everything you've been praying for arrives, it won't make noise. It will simply fit. The right thing never rushes. It arrives on time. So if the silence is stretching your patience, don't run from it. Sit with it, because what's being formed in this stillness can only be born in surrender. The silence will end when the lesson is complete. When the heart is steady enough to carry peace without panic, abundance without arrogance, love without fear, that's when the voice returns. Until then, stay faithful in the dark, because faith that only exists in light is just convenience. You were chosen to hear the silence and still trust the unseen. That's what separates those who crumble from those who rise. The ones who trust in silence are the ones who are rebuilt in strength. Soon, the quiet will break. A door will open without effort. A message will arrive without searching. The peace will return without explanation. You'll realize the silence wasn't empty at all. It was full of answers becoming ready. Everything you've prayed for is being organized behind the curtain of stillness. The divine is rearranging the stage so your entrance happens at the right time, in the right light, with the right people. Trust the silence. It's the sound of your blessing being built. What feels distant is actually divine precision. What feels delayed is divine protection. The silence is not the absence of God. It is the presence of God in his quietest form. Listen closely. The air itself is whispering direction. The pauses between your thoughts are filled with guidance. The stillness around you is proof that nothing chaotic can enter what's being made for you. Stay calm. Stay faithful. Stay grounded. The voice you've been waiting to hear will return when you've learned to recognize it without sound. You are not forgotten. You are being fortified. The silence is not the end of communication, it's the beginning of transformation. When it breaks, everything will make sense. Every unanswered prayer, every tear, every long wait. You'll see that nothing was missing. It was just maturing. Until then, remember this: the quiet is divine. The waiting is holy. The silence is sacred. You are not self-made. You are not abandoned. You are God-made.